This is the 3i S10 Ultra, and it's packing a ton of features that I've never seen before. And when 3i reached out wanting to sponsor this video and send this over, I couldn't say yes faster. This is a robot vacuum and mop system that you've never seen before. Now, I'll say this right up front. When I took this out of the box, I was a bit surprised, kind of hesitant, because it is not small at all. This thing is actually pretty big, and well, it's because it's packing a lot inside. But I think it's something important to keep in mind that this is not something you're gonna forget is there. You definitely see it and notice it because it is rather large. But when I tell you about why that is, I think it's worth it. When you look at different companies that make this type of product, I think there's two big issues that they are trying to solve. There's the one end of making sure that it can get the best clean possible, and that means being a great vacuum, being a great mop, and everything that comes with that. And then there's the other side of it, which is making it as convenient as possible, and theoretically never having to do anything to the robot vacuum system. Ideally, in a perfect world, this thing would be the best option for cleaning, better than anything I would do with any other type of vacuum. And it would also be something I never have to touch. It would just go, do its job, come back to the base station, and that's it. I don't ever have to think about it. What this has is the world's first water recycle system. Yes, that is right. You fill this with water once and you never have to do it again, or at least that is the promise. And this is done using a few different methods. So inside of this rather large base station is a water distillation system. So as soon as the robot mop goes out and cleans your floors, it comes back and empties the dirty water, but there is no tank here that I personally as the user can remove and empty. Instead, it takes that dirty water, distills it down, and replaces it into the clean water tank. And in that process, all of the dirt and debris that was in that water from the cleaning of the floors is then dried and sucked into the vacuum dust bin. And this is the first in the industry to use a sub-boiling distillation and purification system like this. This is something I've never seen before. And with that system, it's able to separate the debris and give you purified distilled water that goes right back into the tank. It's pretty cool. Now, if you're like me, you might be thinking what I was thinking when I first heard this, and that surely it's gonna run out of water at some point, right? I mean, if it's mopping my floor, there's gonna be some water residue that it's not able to recollect. So clearly it's gonna slowly run out of water. And well, they've thought of that too, because with this system, it's able to pull water from the air to replenish any of that water. This is essentially a dehumidifier that takes that liquid and puts it into your mopping system. It is just a very cool piece of technology that makes so much sense when you think about it and makes this system essentially hands off for months at a time. Now that is the kind of star feature, obviously, but this thing has a bunch of other features built in. Now, in that, base station where the robot vacuum lives and recharges, this has that water distillation system, but it also has a 2.5 liter dust bin, so it can automatically empty any dust into it. Plus, there is a solution area here where you can put cleaning solution for mopping so that you get a better clean. Plus, it is able to dry the mop head with heated air so you don't get any mold or smell issues. All of this, honestly, is stuff we have seen before, but it's nice to have that in addition, so you're really kind of hands off. Now, there is another feature here that I've never seen before that is a pretty neat solution. And the problem here is, how do you get a circular robot to get into corners very well? Now, I've seen other solutions and there's been other ones that I've talked about here on the channel, and they do work. But the solution here is that they are using a roller mop, and they call it the Ultra Reach roller mop. And basically, on one side, the mop head is able to extend out to get to those hard to reach places. Makes a lot of sense, smart. And with the system, cleaning in corners and edges is now improved by 95%. So you're getting a much better and more thorough clean. And this roller mop is also keeping itself clean while it cleans, so it can do that more effectively. There are 12 different nozzles that spray it with water and solution so that as it cleans, it has a fresh, mop area that is able to, clean more effectively. And this is again a roller mop head, so it can actually go up to 330 RPM. And that means for tough stains and things that are really stuck on there, you get 153% increase in cleaning ability. So when it comes to mopping, it's very effective at actually cleaning your floors. Now on the vacuum side, that's not something they forgot about. This has something 3i calls their dirt scan cleaning strategy, and it's a way of detecting dirt and more effectively cleaning it up. It uses an array of green lights to shine in front of it and detect dirt. We've seen this type of technology on handheld stick vacuums before, and then it pairs that with AI to kind of determine what exactly it's seeing. In fact, it can identify 68 different types of dirt and debris, so it can detect liquids, dirt, dust, hair, all of that stuff is able to be detected, and that way the robot itself can independently determine how best to clean it. So it can up the suction to, clear dust easier, or it can use the mop to clear liquids. And this is great because let's say, there's like a spilled drink on the floor, it can be vacuuming all around it. And as soon as it detects it, it can turn off the vacuum and activate the mop, clean that one section, and then go back to vacuuming. It doesn't have to do the entire room as a mop. It can do both simultaneously, which is really nice. Plus, along with those smarts, it has all the other things you'd expect. Like it's able to map your house and you can tell it where to go, where not to go, which rooms to clean. All of that is pretty standard and works really well here. And it uses a time of flight LiDAR, it uses a triple camera system, and the smarts here are top notch. So really, any way you look at it, and this is probably the most advanced robot vacuum and mop system I've ever tried and used. The fact that I can go pretty much at the minimum 60 days without ever touching this or thinking about it, that is a big step up. Honestly, I'm not sure what the next step would be to make that even better, because now that I don't have to think about the water station, all there really is left is the dust bin, but honestly, that has to go somewhere. So this almost seems like game over for this type of product, although I'll leave it up to 3i to come up with an even better solution, which I'm sure they're working on. But if you are looking for kind of the ultimate all-in-one robot mop and vacuum, this is kind of it right now. I haven't seen anything that does what this does as well as this does, and it actually impressed me. So if you want to learn more about it, I'll leave links down below where you can check it out and pick one up for yourself, get different discount codes. All of that will be linked down below. But yeah, I'm always impressed by how much these products are changing, and this one set a new bar.